Are you a renter by choice who wants flexibility, carefree living, and the ability to age in place? Treplus Communities offers all the amenities baby boomers love while providing excellent management. Cabot Rea talks to Jane Arthur about the Central Ohio option offered by Treplus Communities.
Jane, you represent an interesting part of the community of those 55 and over, those who have decided they would rather rent at this point in life. Why do you think that's a decision that's made, and why that is the best option for those people?
We've been talking to a lot of people who are moving into and deciding what direction they want to go in their lives at 55 plus. They want more flexibility, they want less maintenance, they want the ability to travel, they don't really want all the upkeep, and they also are realizing that they want to downsize. And it's important to them to think about not having to make multiple moves in their future. So we've developed a concept that's a single-story apartment, and they're oversized units, so that there's plenty of living space for more than one person in a home. And it gives them the ability to, plenty of storage, to not have to unload or,
everything that they own.
Yeah. And get storage units.
Right.
And we also are providing, with every unit, attached garages, which, in the Central Ohio area, we need,
with the snow,
we need the garages, and the 55 plus market very much wants to be able to drive.
Well, you've been expanding. I know that Treplus, you're creating a new kind of concept, a new project, and several projects here in Central Ohio that you've already developed and are underway.
We are, and what's exciting about it is that it's a brand new concept across the country. And one of the really important aspects that we're using in our developments is called universal design. And again, it's all single story, and we're taking into consideration aging in place. So with universal design, it's a flexibility and accessibility to how people live. So there are no step entries into the home, there are no step entries into the shower, lever door handles, lots of LED lighting, task lighting, everyday lighting, as we all know we need,
yes,
and wide hallways. So we've taken that, and that is a really new feature in all of architecture and development in the United States. And it's something that we're going to have, with the explosion of the baby boomers
taking over.
We've got to, there is such limited market of one-story master bedroom units that it's very, very important to the baby boomer generation.
And again, baby boomers who are retirement, but they're still young and vital. They want a sense of community.
Absolutely.
And your projects provide that sense of community.
And that was very, very important to our concept as well. We very much wanted to limit the number of units that we developed. So we developed somewhere between 80 and 120 units to each development. That way everybody knows one another. And because we are 55 plus restricted, and that really allows us to only rent to those who are 55 plus. And we have a commons house where there are plenty of services, fitness center, Wi-Fi, business center,
nice,
a lot of people working from their homes, a multi-purpose room for anywhere from yoga to book groups, cafe area for just gathering. And we always have an outdoor space for gathering as well. People might rent the space if they're having a family reunion, but the intent is also for the sense of community. We also have someone who will plan activities for the community, but we also want the community and the residents who live in the community very active in the planning of what they think is important.
What are also some of the important things to residents there, the really high points that you pitch to people about the beauty of being together with these kinds of universal design homes? But what are the great attributes of that kind of community?
I think one of the most frightening things about being 55 plus is not feeling isolated and having that sense of community, having someone who, let's say, for lack of a better phrase, steers the ship. If a few people are gone, there's somebody on site who can watch the home, but always everybody's always looking out for one another, and that's the intent, is to really make. They might not be best friends,
right?
But they all know one another.
That's right. That's right. There are really some advantages people may not even be considering as they decide between renting and buying. For instance, you don't have the taxes that you're going to have with property. Obviously, the maintenance factor, you're tired of raking leaves or mowing yards or whatever it might be, or if you have something that's happening in your home, in your apartment, whatever, you can call and get that taken care of.
Correct.
Without having to foot that bill.
Correct. Absolutely. And one of the other attractive aspects of this is if somebody is downsizing from a home and they have the equity they have in that home might be the only liquidity they have.
Right.
And this allows them to have a little more control over their monthly nut.
Right.
And so aside from all of those other issues that they don't have to deal with, including landscaping, they won't have to deal with that anymore.
So they can be moving that equity into retirement accounts.
Into retirement accounts, or if they want to travel, whatever area that they just have more control.
Yeah. What are we talking about? I mean, cost? Are we $1,000, $2,000 a month? What are the costs for something like this?
Right now, we have 3 types of units. They go from 1,100 square feet up to 1,600 square feet. And the rents range somewhere in between $1,800 and $2,500.
Okay.
And so, and again, a little bit will vary from market to market, just because of location and real estate taxes, that sort of thing. But for the most part, they will be very similar. What we're trying to do is take into consideration the market that we're in.
So Jane, this isn't like the apartment I lived in 35, 40 years ago. You have services that are provided or can be provided to residents, even down to walking your dog.
Absolutely. And this is something that the 55 plus people are looking to have as they move on, whether they're renting, any situation. And they very much want to have somebody who could walk their dog when they go on vacation. Somebody can check on their home. We can check on their home as frequently or infrequently as they would like. They might be gone a week, they might be gone 6 months, but that's available to them.
And you say you're partnering with maybe some groups that can help if somebody is hurt or they're laid up in bed to come in and help out with duties around the home.
Absolutely. We're partnering with people who can come in and help with someone physically, or somebody who can help them clean, help them look after whatever in the home. We have partnerships that we're working with who can help each one of our residents. Wow,
this is the wave of the future, isn't it?
I believe so. I really think that we're going to find, and this isn't for just the baby boomer generation. The millennials are going to get older, and then they're going to need someplace to live. And I think, the physical conditions under which people live as they age are going to become extremely important in the future of housing in America. I mean, it's just incredibly important for us as a country to recognize how we have to deal with aging. And living in some of these large homes doesn't work when you're 55 plus.
If you want more information on this over 55 community option, contact Treplus Communities at www.trepluscommunities.com or call 614-228-0326.